new to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Go on, get on his ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole court. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I go with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about anymore. I need a Vaselina like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zoc, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like a dart. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Hopper. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking over. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them U.P.K rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole fuck. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the fart. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You even low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. Yeah, I just got off the call. I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fart. They ain't locked in with the count and with you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor. Ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign. Tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion. They can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and outdone. You can't do with them steppers. Niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch. Like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole start. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan. I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that. I swear I'm too hardcore. And I just made it call. We gon' start another war. Yeah.
Oh, that shit crazy.
That brother Koch.
Hey, Shalom. Yahabashim Al-Shabbat. Can everybody hear me in other zones?
Canada one can, so I can hear you.
Kiara War, you hear me in Charlotte? Am I coming through Tawab?
Gosh, shukta.
Yahbashim Shai Brakatha to all the brothers, Brakathum to all the brothers in all the schools.
Hey, Fayetteville, can y'all hear me as well? I'm not sure.
Come on, sir. We can hear you.
Come, Most High in Christ. All right, let's go ahead and clap it up. Shalom, Yahweh, Shemi, Yahweh, Shah, Brakathum to all the brothers. Yahweh Shamar, Alathun, Ba'ashim, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. You understand? This is the a Tuesday night Brotherhood class. You know what I mean? Out here in North Carolina. We broadcasted from different zones, of course. I'm here in Durham, North Carolina. We got the I.S.U.P.K out there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We got Charlotte, North Carolina in the building as well. Eastern Carolina should be joining us real soon. We also got my brother, you know what I'm saying, Officer of 50 Akashkar out there in the Bahamas. We got some other, damn right, newly raised Officer of 50 Akashkar. And we got some other zones that should be joining us as well. If you got any questions of any kind, Salaki, if I could get somebody, GP, you work at the computer? Okay. If you got any questions of any kind, of course, if you're watching online, you just go ahead and just type it into the chat. Okay. But if you're in any of the rooms, any of the zones, you just go ahead and just raise your hand, and the Akim will let me know. You know what I'm saying? And we'll go from there. Of course, you know what I'm saying. I'm Priest and Officer 1,000 Tabawan, holding it down until one of my Adawanya, one of the officers of 5,000, Officer Zion Ya'ala, Officer Lahab take over, or until Captain of 13,000 Nayathak arrives, whichever comes first. So are there any questions? Somebody say something, Salakia? Oh, Salakia. Like ready. So Count with that, I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest and Captain of 13,000 Nayathak.
Adakim, what's going on? How y'all doing? Y'all can hear me?
Come on, sir.
Loud and clear. Y'all can hear me loud and clear, right?
Come on, sir.
Okay. Most High in Christ. Any questions? What's going on on the earth today?
Come on, so like I said, I got a question if I may.
If you want. Yeah, go ahead.
Come on, I got a question on Judges 5 and 11, sir. It's like Jude 5 and 11. It's like, hold on.
Salaki. Wait, in Jude or Judges?
Judges, I don't want Salaki, sir.
Okay. Come on, let's go to it. Let me pull it up on my Let me get my Bible open here.
Come.
Judges just here, right?
Come on, sir. Judges 5 and 11, sir.
Okay.
I got it whenever you're ready.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, come on. This is the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers and the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Most High. Even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates. I just wanted a general breakdown on this. I don't know if I could, but specifically of when it's talking about the arches and the places of drawing water.
Okay. Judges where?
5 and 11, sir.
Okay. Read 10 for me.
Come on, sir. This is the book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 10. Speak ye that ride on white asses.
Go up to 9.
Verse 9. Come on, sir. The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 9. My heart is toward the governors of Israel that offered themselves willingly among the people.
All right, read on.
Bless ye the Most High. Verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Speak ye that ride on white asses, yea, that sit in judgment and walk by the way.
Hold on. Count me up to start at 8. Salakia.
7, sir.
8.
Khan, sir. Verse 8. They chose new gods. Then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or a spear seen among 40,000 in Israel?
All right. So what is he saying?
That we were choosing different gods to serve. I don't want.
All right. Like Christianity, Islam today, right? Buddhism, right? Whatever Egyptology, whatever new, black religion out there. We choose that. We choose those gods. Right? Read on.
Khan, sir. Verse Salaki. It says, then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or spear seen among the?
So when we start worshiping other gods, what happened? What starts happening?
It's like wars going on, sir. Like you got neighborhood wars, like just wars amongst Israel.
Give me 1 minute, right? Give me 1 minute. Hold on,
sir.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead. Kodam.
Khan, sir. Finishing out verse 8, it says, was there a shield or spear seen among 40,000 in Israel?
The question he asking. Read on.
Khan, verse 9. My heart is toward the governors of Israel. Offered themselves willingly among the people.
Right. So he's saying what? My heart. Meaning what?
Like his mind is like toward Israel. Like but it's the ones that's like ruling Israel.
Yeah, like today. Today, what happened to your leadership today?
It's like you, sir. They worshiping the beast, like they cooning for the oppressor.
Right. There's in other words, there's what? There's no leadership today.
Khan, sir.
But Commander YAHANNA. You understand?
Oh, that's right.
Outside of here, there's no type of leadership. That's
right.
You go look and turn on the YouTube. You Google what all these pastors are saying about the time we're in right now. Are they saying anything to help black people? What are they saying? Anybody did it? Come on.
I don't see them saying nothing. I don't want.
Yeah. They ain't saying nothing. You understand? And the Lord gonna charge them. You understand?
Khan, sir.
Right? He gonna charge them. Where's the scripture where it speaks about I think it's in Isaiah, where it talks about if you don't tell the people their fault, the blood is on your hands, basically. You know what I'm talking about?
Looking it up now, sir. It's like
now you still right here, right? You go ahead and read Kodam.
Khan, sir. The book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 9. My heart is toward the governors of Israel that offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye the Most High.
Read on.
Sluggy, sir.
Come on.
Speak.
I think I got
Yea, that ride on white asses.
Hold on, Kodam, hold on. I think Taba 1 has the scripture. Come on.
Khan says, Salaki, was it Ezekiel 3 and 18?
Let's try that.
Khan, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3 and verse 18. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
Right. Who's the Lord speaking to? Here. Who's the Lord speaking to here?
Sluggy, sir? Would it just be Israel?
Yeah, be specific. Who is he talking to?
Who warns the wicked?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
Talking to the leaders.
Yes.
Talking to the leaders.
He's talking to the leaders of Israel. You understand? He's not talking to the common people. He's talking to the leaders of Israel.
Come.
Right? Read on.
Come. Nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way.
Right? You ain't telling black people what they're doing, like eating pork, crab, shrimp, and lobster is wrong. You understand? You're not telling them loving these other nations is wrong. You're not telling them these things. You understand? You're allowing them to be wicked for what purpose?
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
It's because they're wicked themselves, and they can't make or cause you to be righteous if they're not righteous themselves.
Okay, you're right, but okay. What's the purpose? You gotta give me up. You gotta tell me the purpose. What's the purpose of doing it?
To keep you dumb so they could rob you.
No, you're on it. So what is the purpose of doing it?
To gainsaying, like they want to get money off of you.
That's it. Money. You understand? Right now, the way they act, your pastors act, a church to them is a business, and they run it like a business. Right? They see what keeps the people, what deters the people. And if telling them the truth deters them from coming in them doors, like telling a woman she has to shut her mouth and obey her husband, if he implements something like that in his church and he's going to lose a certain part of his congregation, guess what? He's leaving that out. That is no longer part of his sermon. Instead, woman, thou art loose. Meaning what? When a pastor tells a woman, thou art loose, what is he saying to her?
Salakia, sir, if I may.
Come on.
He's giving her authority to do whatever she want to do.
That's it. So, of course, a carnal woman, a woman by nature, she will what? She wants to do what she wants to do.
Right.
You understand?
Come.
So now he is saying that so that what? These women don't up and leave. Right? He's telling a woman that a man should only have one woman. Why? Because he does not want to lose money. He doesn't. Right? Come on.
Keep reading, sir. Come. Nor speaking to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity.
Right. The Lord's saying what? What is he saying here?
Salakia, sir. He's saying that man who is being wicked, he's gonna die.
Yes, that man that's being wicked, that man who is not obeying the laws according to this Bible, he's gonna die. He's gonna get AIDS. You understand? He's gonna get cancer. You understand? He's gonna get everything the Lord said he was gonna get as some form of repercussion for him doing what? Disobeying the Lord. But guess what? Read on.
Come. But his blood will I require at thine hand.
But what?
But his blood will I require at thine hand.
So you see why it is you don't have an option but to go to Camp Achium. You understand? You don't have an option. You understand?
Come.
That's why it's so serious when you take up this oath in here to be a priest of the Lord, because this is what happens. You are going to be blamed for blood, and you don't want blood on your hand when the Lord come. When the Lord busts in this room, you do not want to be seen with blood on your hands. Or else he'll be considered a what? What would he be considered? What will you be considered to the Lord with blood on your hands?
Like I said.
Salak would be a criminal.
Yeah, you'll be considered a criminal. Ark. That's exactly what you're going to be considered, a criminal. You understand? That's why a lot of these black leaders, they got blood in their hand. Martin Luther King, oh, he got a whole heap of blood on his hands. Ark.
Okay.
You understand? Malcolm X, you name it. You name these black leaders, they have blood on their hands. You understand? Because they're not showing black people what? Their transgression, their wicked ways. They're not getting them to turn from their wicked ways. You understand? Right? Any more on that tab? Oh no, that is it.
I believe that's it. So let me see real quick, Salakia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, there's a little bit more, sir.
Come on.
Okay, verse 19. Yet if thou warn the wicked,
mm-hmm.
and he turn not from his wickedness,
right,
nor from his wicked way,
mm-hmm.
he shall die in his iniquity.
Of course he's going to die in his iniquity.
Okay.
But listen to this. Read on.
Okay. But thou hast delivered thy soul.
Thou hast what?
Thou hast delivered thy soul.
Right? Thou hast delivered thy soul. You understand? That's why you're out there speaking at Camp Ark. That's why if you drop your sword, the Lord coming for you. You understand? You drop your sword, the Lord coming for you. You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do that in this time. Right? You know where it say to whom much is given, much is required.
So like I said,
come on.
I just had a kind of a question.
Come on.
Based on like the topic.
Yeah.
So like it's it's like just make sure ain't nobody else in the background
yeah, go ahead.
Backstage.
Mm-hmm.
But so like okay, so like some of the people that you mentioned, right, that we would say that they got blood on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, whatever, Marcus Garvey, so on. How would we like okay, like if I'm not mistaken, all of them died before 1969.
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm X for sure was killed in 1965.
Mm-hmm.
And Martin Luther King was killed in 68.
Mm-hmm.
I believe.
Yeah.
I know Marcus Garvey, he got deported and he probably died in what? In the 40s, yeah. So they died before the truth came out. Now we look at somebody like Nat Turner, who, you know, we look at them doing an amazing thing, but we also recognize that, you know, we're really not supposed to murder white people. You know what I'm saying? But we give him, I've heard it, you know, broken down that like, okay, well, the truth wasn't out yet. So he wouldn't have been taught so that he was doing what made sense at the time before the truth came out. So what if someone was to say, well, why y'all mad at, you know, we'll just say Malcolm X. It's Martin Luther King. We know he's a nasty, you know, bastard, whatever. But let's say Malcolm X, someone who people look at as, you know, he loved black people. He, you know, he talked about going against the oppressor and, you know what I mean, and all those kind of things. Yeah, he was a Muslim. What if someone says, well, the truth wasn't really out yet. So he who knows what might have happened in 1969 if he was still alive? Who knows? Maybe he'd have become a truth or something.
Salaya, sir.
Come on.
I think Captain Tazaria had brought it out that the truth was revealed to Nat Turner. That's why he did what he did. He said that the truth was revealed to him in the scriptures, and that's why Nat Turner did what he did.
But okay, hold on.
Salak.
Who's going to say something?
I had a precept for what Tabawan was saying, sir. If I may, if this might be
okay, but you'll understand this question, right?
his question, well, Comic-Con, his question was saying like, you know, would he be held accountable? Meaning because the truth wasn't out yet.
Mm-hmm.
In 1969, we know the truth was born here.
Mm-hmm.
We know the heads before us, you know what I'm saying, they studied and did all this work for us to have this truth, Commander YAHANNA. So now we understand the spirit of the law, how to, you know, work it. But the people who did things like Nat Turner, for an example, would be held accountable for his action. And I
correct
precept for that.
Go ahead. Let me hear it.
If this, I don't know if this is right, but Romans 2:12 says, "For as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without the law. And as many as have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law."
I could see what you're saying. All right. I would, yeah, I'll take that as a precept. All right. Okay. So Tabo 1, right? Understand this, right?
Concert.
All right. Okay. Let me see. Was the Bible around Martin Luther King time?
Con.
Was it around what you call it again? Malcolm X.
Concert.
Right? So in other words, there's no excuse for how to put it, a sinner, if you understand what I'm saying. Because a sinner could be what? Could say what? I never heard about the truth. Right? And sniffing a ton of cocaine. Think you don't want to hear that?
La, sir.
He doesn't want to hear that. You understand?
Con.
Right? The Bible, come on.
Salakia Cap, now that I think about it, Officer Thabon brought out a heavy point about Malcolm X. Because Captain Tazariak, he actually did kind of like a debate with a Muslim guy recently, Khalil Shabazz, across the line radio. And he played a clip actually of Malcolm X. There's a clip of him referring to us as the dry bones in the valley. There's a clip of it, like 4 minutes and 30 seconds or something like that. So I think Malcolm was somewhat aware of the truth. He knew who we were. But like I said, I don't, you know, One West, like the seven heads and the truth hadn't come around yet. But I think Malcolm was aware. He did have a knowledge that we were the Jews, because there was a clip of him, you know, referring to us as the dry bones in Ezekiel 37. You can look it up on YouTube.
Yes.
Knowledge.
Yes. And also too, okay, with Nat Turner, right? He did pick the Bible up, right?
Con.
Right. But at the end of the day, did he do what the Bible tell him to do? What he's supposed to do? You understand? All right. The truth came out in 1969. Yes. That's why I asked him for that scripture where it says, "To whom much is given, much is required." You understand?
Con.
Because you all given this, you all have a better chance at it than who? Than Martin Luther King, than Malcolm X. You all have it. You understand?
Con.
Right? So get it from me. Let's see. I think it's Luke 12:48.
That's lucky, sir.
The
proof of what Nat Turner did was essentially in Negro world mind, it makes sense. However, according to the Bible, we remember the promise and the curse of Lamech in Genesis. You go take revenge against Cain, his descendants, the Lord gonna deal with you. And they ate Nat Turner's penis and parts of his body. It burnt him alive.
Yes.
So if he was justified, he'd escape with the sister Underground Railroad.
Yes.
Yeah, he'd have been a free man, but that's not the case. You can't afford Edomite.
Yes. All right. So now, give me what I want. Luke, I think 12:48. That's it, right?
I got it, sir.
Come on, tell me what I say.
Shalaka. This is the book of Luke, chapter 12 and verse 48. But he knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes. Shall be beaten, Salakia, with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required.
So what is that saying?
Salakia, it's saying if a man knows the truth, or if he's a righteous man, you know what I'm saying, it's required for him to do the full duty of being in the truth.
Read it again from the top.
Salaki. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes.
So, right? So him that knew not, remember what you were saying, right? Table 1, he didn't know. Truth was not. Right? Read on. Testing. You want to hear me?
Come on. I'll read it.
Go ahead.
Book of Isaiah, it's like Book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 48. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes.
Shall be what?
Beaten with few stripes.
What they get, the Lord is saying, is it was what?
Salaya, sir. So even though he didn't know, he committed things that was worthy of being punished, and he's still gonna be punished for it.
Yes, but he gonna get few stripes.
Come on.
You understand?
So, like, does that mean that he's going to be given mercy because he didn't know?
What is few stripes?
That's a lesser punishment.
Yes. Right?
Kind of one come.
All right, read on.
Come on. For unto whosoever much is given, of him shall be much required.
Right? Of him shall, to whom much is given, much is what?
So like it. Of him shall much be required. So like it. Of him shall be much required.
You understand? You have the truth, so you can require more on you. Them pastors, they don't have the truth, right? But they have the Bible. And they know what they're telling the congregation is against the Bible. They know that. Why you think a preacher ain't never come and sit down in class or never try to debate us? You ever ask yourself that? So now, could he just say, well, I didn't know the truth, so now I could smoke this blunt? The Lord know my heart? No. Right? And as a black leader, what should you be doing? If you claim to be a black leader, what should you be doing?
Salaki, sir. Teaching the people the truth.
Let's say you don't know the truth. As Tabo one saying.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
You should be seeking out the truth. If you,
yes. That's
see,
it.
You seeing the conditions of the neighborhood.
Yes.
You ain't figuring out why, then you're not prepared to be a leader.
Yes. That's why Martin Luther King, coming to the end of his life, right? He said he did what?
He feared he had just marched his people into a burning house.
Yeah, I didn't say he said it, which means what?
He knew it.
He knew. You understand? Not knowing something, right, is wrong is not an excuse to commit a sin. You understand? Right? Now, I forget what I was going to take here. Come on, read that scripture over one more time for me. Which is in Romans what?
It was Romans 2:12.
Come on.
It says, Lucky, let me get back to it. All right. It's the book of Romans, chapter 2 and verse 12. For as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without the law.
Right. So meaning, what does it mean by sin without the law?
Like you transgress the law, not even knowing the law. So like you're a Christian in a church, or you just a whoever you are, you smoking cigarettes or eating crab legs or oysters, and you die from hypertension or get hit by a car or do something like that. You didn't have you still perished. Like maybe you didn't know the law, you can still be the punishments of the law.
Okay, no, okay. What is Paul saying here?
For as many as have sinned without law shall also perish without law.
So break down what he's trying to say there. What's the law? What law is he talking about?
So like yes, sir, the law is the authority. You know what I mean? Like who bring out the judgment.
So the law there is what? Give me an example.
The police.
Like stone to death. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. Police,
Kinda
I'll
like-
take that for today.
Kinda.
And back then, for example, if a brother commits adultery, right? Right? Without the law, meaning what?
He didn't get well. He didn't. He committed adultery, but he didn't get stoned to death for it.
Yeah, he didn't get stoned to death for it. Right? What is it saying? That he is going to be what? He going to what?
So also perish without law.
He going to perish. You're going to die. You're going to get AIDS. You understand? You're going to get cancer. You're going to die. You understand? You're going to be working on some job and something going to happen. You might just die on the job. Accident on the job. Die. That's it. Read on.
Kind of one kind. And as many as have sinned in the law.
And you sin in the law, meaning you're in Jerusalem now. Right? You're in Jerusalem. Right? You know the priest and them right there. Read on.
Shall be judged by the law.
Shall be what?
Judged by the law.
Shall be judged by the law. So what is he saying? What is he saying? And it's 2:42, but what is he saying?
The opposite of the first, meaning you in the law, you know the law, you know what you're doing. You're gonna be judged by that. So you got judged with. So it says shall be judged by the law. So if the law says you stole, you got to give back double, then you're gonna give back. You're gonna do what the law, according to what the judgment was. And then you didn't get away with it. That you got caught or you sinned, so now you got to pay the judgment. You didn't escape it and just die of some. You're gonna get judged according to the law.
Okay. Question: is the both in both situations, right? Is the person being punished?
Con.
So means what?
The Lord is going to punish you regardless. So you better tighten up and do right.
That's it.
Because if the priest don't get it, the Lord still sees all.
Yes, that's it. That is the spirit behind it. Now you think you could be doing something behind closed door. You think you could be an LGBTQ behind closed door, and when they come amongst the brothers, you're all about the girls. Well, the Lord's seeing it. The Lord's seeing that dripping right off your lip. You understand? He sees it. You understand? And you come in the class. He sees it. I mightn't see it, but the Lord sees it. You understand? Right?
Kind of one kind.
So top one, you're good on that, right? All right. So put up. Come on.
Salakia too, if I may, sir. In this scripture, would this also go into like us living amongst the other nations, not doing like the other nations, like not can we use that like learn not the ways of the heathens?
Which one?
Like the one we just read. Like even though you may not be around to be like somebody, like you would be around I.S.U.P.K and be like, hey brother, you know you ain't supposed to be eating yada yada yada, right? But going over and being around the heathens, like it still don't allow you to sin or not keep the law, statutes, and commandments just being around the heathens. That judgment still follows you, no matter what. Yeah,
and that's what Paul was trying to get him to understand too.
Okay.
Remember, what did Paul say? He was what? He was the apostle of who?
The Gentiles, right?
Why?
He was sent to the Gentiles to bring them back.
You gotta give him a little more. There's a reason why.
Because they were cast out for their sins?
Simpler. Come on.
Is it because he himself was a Gentile?
Okay. What you have to understand is the beef. What's the beef they had? Or I shouldn't say the beef, but yeah, I think I call it a beef.
That if you didn't live in Jerusalem, you would.
Yes.
Come on.
You won't what? You won't accept it. Peter and them want to accept you. You understand?
Come on.
That's why Peter had to get what? The vision. And the vision told him, yo, you have to accept these brothers and sisters also too. Right?
Come on.
But Paul went to what? To these brothers and sisters. You understand? And still was under Peter. You understand? You all understand what I'm saying, right?
Come on. Yes, sir.
Right? So he went to the brothers and sisters who were outside of Jerusalem. And he was letting them know that what? He was breaking down what? The circumcision. And he's also breaking down basically the law. You understand?
Okay.
Like you're gonna be judged in Jerusalem. Like when the woman was caught in adultery, they was fitting to do what? Put her to what? To death. You understand? They were fitting to put her to death. Right? But what would have happened if you was outside of Jerusalem? Would that have happened to you? No. But we were still what? We were still dying. Right? We didn't have a land of our own. We were still under oppression. Right? But his superpower at that time was who? Was Rome. Right?
Come.
All right. So go ahead. So you're good with that, right? Zion?
Come on, sir.
It's basically that's what he was trying to get them to understand.
Yes, sir. Come on.
All right. Kwadam, come on. Let's go back to your stuff.
Come.
Zion, just take the class for about 2 minutes. All right.
Come on. Check. Can y'all hear me?
Con.
Most praise. So everybody understood that scripture for is what was Paul sent to do, what his mission was. Everybody understood that.
Con, sir.
Somebody, why was it important that Paul do that? Matter of fact, this is hardcore, really. You know what I'm saying? Understanding the position that Peter was left in the school. You know, when you talk about why was it so important that Paul, you know what I'm saying, that was Paul's mission to go out to the Gentile. Why was it important that he do that? According to the scriptures, matter of fact.
Sir.
Go ahead.
Because all Israel is to be saved, as it is written. All the Israelites had to have a chance to come into the truth, or as many as possible.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's the goal. You gotta think about like everything that we do is centered around us waking up to our real life. You understand? We talk about, and our real life is about our service to the Most High. You understand? Following the law, statutes, and commandments, not what the world wants us to do when it comes to birthday parties and Valentine's days and holidays. I was talking to my rib earlier, and we were just talking about how important it is that we celebrate the things that the Lord wants us to celebrate. Like, think about us going to war and losing a brother, right? And we win the war. Like your brother would be remembered every year if we followed the high holy days. You understand that the Lord gave us and victories over our enemies. But when you talk about your birthday, your birthday, you see what I'm saying? When you talk about Christmas, And today we know the history of a lot of those things, what the origin of the stories and where they come from. That's why it was so important that Paul went out, because that mission allowed the people to remember how important it is for us to serve the Lord, man. You understand? That's why it was so good that he went and said, I'm an Israelite from the tribe of what? Benjamin, right? So how many of us can walk up to a brother and say, man, where you from? And you Levi, brother. Like, we're on the same mission today that Paul had, man. And it's so real, man. If you don't put the Christianity on it, take the entity off of it, just think of each and every last brother and sister that's in the I.S.U.P.K. has the same mission that Paul had. Got the same mission that Christ had. You understand? And if you're in this school, we all stand for that. And each one of the men that's above us or beside us is important for us all waking up to what we are as a nation of people. You understand? So I think that's it. What Cat you about to go into something? Oh, just a question, Jed. He already spoke on it. Cap already spoke on it. Okay, so we're gonna hold tight. If he come back in, we'll get to it. Try not to go into it since Cap already addressed it. We're gonna try to hold tight. That's what. Okay, the water, brother. Until then, Yanazar, what we got, brother? Y'all know I like this.
Hey, so I'm glad you asked.
Yes.
Well, everybody knows what's going on. We've been watching the generals and everything like that. But I saw this one particular clip where they
hold
had.
On, Salaki, before we get into it. All right, listen up. Make sure y'all remember this, that the Lord's 55th annual Passover is going down in Durham, North Carolina, man. You understand? Get the Lord a hand for that.
Correct.
Yeah, so we prepare our families, man, to do the work. And always, and one thing I learned last year with having a Passover in your city, be willing to show what you call that when somebody come to see you in your home. What do you call it? Hospitality, right? And we did a hell of a job last year with the hospitality, man. And brothers really enjoyed themselves. Sisters did too. Lord willing, we want to up that level of hospitality to the brothers coming into the city and the zone once again, brothers. So let's prepare ourselves and our families to really bring our brothers in and show them a good time. Yermak, I want to make sure the club doors are open. You understand? Early. VIP sections are reserved. You understand? So let's get the best DJs, the best bottles, and best service we can offer our brothers, you know what I'm saying, when they come into our zone, if I may, Baba Kusha. All right, so come on, Yonazar Salaki.
It was this, sir. It was this one news clip that I saw. They had a guy who they claimed was the son of the leader of Hamas.
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically like licking the boots of the Israelis, but he was actually reading, like you could tell that he was reading a statement. You know how you see him on TV and the eyes be moving, and they're reading a statement.
Uh-huh.
But, the statement that he read, you know what I'm saying? It was so, obviously like a statement that somebody gave him to read, but it just shows how, Israel is not being as successful as they thought as far as getting the sympathy of the world. You understand? Like they had to bring this brother. He's supposed to be the son of the leader of Hamas, but he's pro-Israel.
Man, let me tell you something. What we don't know about the world, everybody is sick of everybody right now.
Oh, sign Christ.
Everybody is sick of everybody in the earth right now, man. The Lord is allowing His Spirit to hit the earth because He wants them to act on that. Stop talking about it, right? All moving lips lie. You know what don't lie? Actions. You know what I'm saying? The Lord wants them to get it on. They keep talking all this peace talk and all these treaties. That's not the real spirit of these devils, man. The real spirit of them, they want some action. They want to feel like what their grandfathers felt like in World War I and World War II. Guess what? The Koreans want revenge. The Iraqis want revenge. Huh? Syria wants revenge. Libya wants revenge. Don't think Japan don't want revenge. You think they really got over Chernobyl? Do you really think they got over that? Now, see, we're not talking about slaves where they teach us to get over every damn thing. We talking about them. They're sick of each other. Huh? They are sick and tired of each other, youngers are. So they're gonna play in the sandbox together, but just as soon as they turn their head, you know what kids do in the sandbox? If they think your counsel is better than theirs, what they do, your Ayathon? They knock it over, man. Huh? The Negroes are the only one that taught to look at another person's counsel and be like, "Oh, that's such a nice counsel." That's how they condition us to think. It ain't your goddamn counsel, huh? The other nations will be like, psh. That's why they move into our neighborhood so easily and gentrify it. But trust and believe, Yonazal, you know, they know right now, everybody know, like, okay, wait a minute. This is our chance to get Israel, the Israelis. Because, you know, a lot of them do a lot of funding, bank actions, bank transactions. You know, they have a lot of their money like bound up. This is their chance to, you know, you go to war, it's a chance to get things, make things even. Huh? Everybody know that. And guess who else knows it? Everybody who's been hurting from the economy being weakened by COVID that the Lord allowed to happen. You know, you go to war, guess what? You need uniforms. You need boots. These manufacturers are licking their chops because this place is built on greed. But they don't know this greed is ushering them into the third world war, man. That greed is going to push them. The Lord is allowing them, let that gluttony and that lust to push them right on into that valley. Black, Hispanics, Native Indians, we need to be waking up and seeing how important that we are. Not running to join the goddamn military as well. Not signing up. That's why the Lord allowed you to see. Y'all remember a couple months ago, they were talking about how many abuse stories that have been coming out of the military. How many missing Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians in the military. How much abuse that we've been taking in the police force. Now we're starting to see that, guess what? Maybe joining the police academy is not the best thing for me to do after all. Joining the United States military may not be the best thing for me at all. And guess what you've seen? You've seen a decline in 45% of the attrition rate in the United States military. Get a Lord a hand for that. You understand? So Yonazar, brother, you better believe they have a plan.
Like it, sir.
Come on with it, brother.
The United States Secretary of Defense, I think it is a brother. He's a
I seen him.
You seen him, right?
Yeah, and I did. I was confused, Yonazar. I was like, who in the hell? Who is this brother? You know what I'm saying? But tell what did he say, Yonazar? Baba Kashaw?
Well, one of the main things that he focused on was that, you know, that they're afraid of the escalation of the war. That was his big thing that he was talking about. Like, we're going to support Israel to the fullest. You understand? And we're going to make sure nobody attacks them. But the biggest thing that he was focusing on was that they want to, you know, de-escalate. They want Israel to be cautious while they murdering all of those Palestinians. Be cautious in the murder. And it's because they fear the escalation of the war above all other things.
The escalation has already begun.
Kind of one kind.
It's already in motion. They're trying to slow it down. What are they trying to do? Render aid to Palestine? But these bastards are so evil, they're not even letting the aid into the damn country.
Salakia, Shalom, I'm back. Hey, Tawada, Zion.
Yes, sir. Come on.
All right, where we at?
Who's going into what is it? Quadam? You going into your the question that you have for Cap?
Come on. This book of Judges, chapter 5, verse 9. It says, "My heart is toward the governors of Israel, offer themselves willingly among the people. Bless the Most High." Verse 10. "Speak ye that ride on white horses, yea, that sit in judgment and walk by the way."
And what?
Speak, yea, that ride on white horses, yea,
that on white horses.
Come on, sir. So like asses, white asses.
I'm gonna be like, hold up now.
Salakia, sir.
Does Kodam has the NIV? Go ahead.
Go, God. Speak ye that ride on white asses, yet they that sit in judgment and walk by the way.
You understand? So he's telling them to do what? Speak to these bastards that think they're up on horses. You understand? But they're on white ass. You understand? Asses. You understand? Talk to them. Who's supposed to be leading the people? Talk to your Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, your El Sharpton, your who's the Fruit of Islam? What's his name?
Farrakhan, sir.
Farrakhan. Talk to them. You understand? Read on.
Common verse 11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers and the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord, even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of villages in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Right. So he's telling them that what? They that are what? Delivered from the what?
The noise of archers in the places of drawing water.
So what's an archer?
Like somebody shooting a bow and arrow or something out of one?
Yeah, somebody trying to kill you. The noise of them out. Just think when them arrows go up in the air coming down, right? It's making a whistling song coming down. It's noise. And he's saying what? They that are what? Delivered from the noise of the archer.
Sir.
Right? In the places of what?
Drawing water. There shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord.
Right? Meaning what? If the Lord deliver you from your enemies, what should you be doing?
Praising him for delivering.
Yeah, you should be praising the Lord. You should be rehearsing the righteous acts. You shouldn't be celebrating Christmas. You shouldn't be celebrating Thanksgiving. You shouldn't be celebrating the 4th of July. You should be celebrating what?
The Passover.
Yeah, Passover. You understand? Because what? Your forefathers do it. So now you're doing what? You're rehearsing it. You understand?
Come, sir.
Right? Read on.
Come. Even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel.
Right? Meaning now, we're supposed to be acting like what?
So like it's a family.
Like what?
Like a family.
Yeah. We ain't supposed to be worrying about the Gaza Strip. We're supposed to be worrying about brothers in Chicago, in Philly, all over America that living in these villages, in these counties, in these states. You understand?
Come, sir.
Not them people in Gaza. We should be worrying about the people, the brothers and sisters in the Caribbean, in South America. You understand? That's who we're supposed to be worrying about. That's who we should be trying to wake up. You understand?
Come.
Read on.
Come. Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates.
Right? Then shall they go down to what? To the gates. So the Lord trying to do what? He's trying to do what? He's trying to show your black leadership what? What are you trying to show your black leadership?
So like I said, he's trying to show them how to serve him.
Yeah. And he's trying to get them on board, meaning I'm gonna come at you. You realize every time he's saying speak ye to who? He ain't saying speak to the people. He's saying I'm gonna speak to your leaders. I'm gonna speak to them. Because the reason why you're in this crisis right now is because your leaders are not doing what? They're not doing the job. You understand? Give me where you say your leaders are like foxes in the hole. Anybody find it? I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, Right? When they say foxes in the hole. That's all. I'm a gay.
Salakia.
Come on.
Luke 9:58.
Read that for me.
Salakia, sir. This is the book of Luke, chapter 9 and verse 58.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahushua said unto him, no, that's not it. Foxes have holes. No, that's not it. Salakia, sir.
Yeah, that's not it. That's I'll find it just off here. Oh, foxes in the desert or something like that. There's foxes in the desert. Yeah. Ezekiel 13:4.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 13, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts.
Mm-hmm. Read on.
Verse 5. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made.
Why is he saying your leaders are like foxes in the desert?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
Because foxes are very deceptive and tricky.
So would you be able to see a fox in the desert?
It's very hard to see them, sir.
Yeah, it's very hard to none. You ain't seen them. Come on.
When I was in the army, right?
Hold on.
We used to do bivouac out in the desert. I used to look up and there would be like coyote footprints right next to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, we was out there for 2 weeks. I never seen not one.
The Lord was with you, huh? Zion, you was going to say something?
I ain't got nothing to say, other one. I'm speechless.
Oh man, yeah, and that's your leader. You understand? You just see footprints. You understand? Nothing else. Come on.
Khan. You have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel.
Right. You ain't going to gaps. Meaning what? When they say they ain't going to gaps, meaning what?
They're not there for the people.
Okay, think a gap. What's a gap?
The field like the void or something. Oh, the gap itself?
Yeah, okay. Look up the definition of a gap. What's a gap? They say they ain't going to gap.
The gap would be a space, all right?
Let's look it up, man. You see.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
So a gap is a space between two objects, an unfilled space or interval, a break and continuing.
Meaning they ain't coming to ghetto, Zach. Right? They ain't coming. They ain't coming where the people really need them in the ghettos. Wait, you think Creflo are coming to the ghetto? TD Jakes coming to the ghetto?
Sir.
No, this is too dangerous to them, man. You understand? They're not coming in the gap. Right? Read on.
Come. Neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel.
No, then neither they ain't doing what?
Made up the hedge for the house of Israel.
What do you mean by neither? They ain't making up the hedge for the house of Israel. Come on.
So like I said, they're not building any protection.
Yeah, they ain't putting up no protection, none whatsoever. None of your leaders trying to go to the UN and tell them, yo, give black people back the land. None. None of your people saying, yo, what America did to us, America is oppressing black people. Right. Here's all the evidence. What? The police, harassing us, killing us, You understand? You look at the health system, totally disproportionate. You understand? Look at what again? The income, it ain't equal across the border. You and an oppressor working the same job, guess what? He making more money than you. You understand? Right? Because we are being what? Oppressed in this place, but your black leadership, they ain't putting no gates up. They're allowing your oppressor to what? Keep on what? Oppressing you without any repercussion. You understand? They're not even speaking out about it. They're not. All the resources they have, they're not even doing it. Remember when in New Orleans, right? When they had the hurricane, how many leaders had private jets?
So like it's a few of them, sir.
Yeah. What did they do with it? Did they fuel it up and go down there and get black people?
Sir.
No.
You know, they got on TV and they showed how exclusive and how wonderful it is.
Yeah. But nobody helped black people. None. Ain't no hedge to protect us. Why in the hell we out there marching with what? We marching with LGBTQ. We marching with Black Lives Matter. We marching with what? Pro-Palestinian. You understand? We on the pro-Israeli. Right, march? Like there's no fence. There's no hedge. There's nothing.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
We can't forget about all the brothers that was standing up for Ukraine.
Right. You understand? No hedge whatsoever. None. Right? Read on.
Sir. It says, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord.
To stand what?
In the battle in the day of the Lord.
You understand? Right now, what do we say about life? What is life? Life is about what?
War.
War. We in the battle. You understand? And nobody, your black leaders ain't doing what? Ain't showing you how to fight. Ain't showing you how to stand in this battle. Right? They're not. Right? That was it on that Kudam? Any more?
Verse 6 is 12. So it says, verse 6, it says, they have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, the Lord said, and the Lord have not sent them.
You understand? Like lying. How much of them pastors, how much pastors have not said the Lord sent them? Every last one of them said what? The Lord sent them.
Right.
Every last one of them. Well, if the Lord sent you, well, tell us what black people need to be doing right now. What Hispanics and Native Indians need to be doing right now in this day. This earth fitting to go to war. America fitting to take this place to hell with a handbag, with everything, with everything. America is falling. Babylon is falling. And Babylon is doing what? What is Babylon doing while it's falling?
Salaki, sir, trying to pull everybody into it.
Yeah, trying to pull everybody down. Trying to have what? More strip clubs. Trying to have more drugs. More of every vice on this earth for a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man to keep him distracted from the Lord. He is pulling this place down with him. But your pastor, what is he saying? What is he saying? Nothing. Nothing to help black people. You understand?
He's like the dog that doesn't bark.
Yes, he's like a dog that does not bark at. Perfect scripture. He's like a dumb dog. Right? Come on. Any more on that, Kodam? Or that was it?
Last part I don't want.
Come on.
And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word.
Oh boy. That is so perfect to explain Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian position today in relation to their leadership. What have they done?
And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word.
They have made others to hope. Meaning what?
So, like I said, a lot of them putting their trust in the pastors that really believe that they were sent by the Lord, but that's as far as they're getting is hoping, because it's not being proved.
You gotta give them a little more when they say hope. What are they hoping in?
So they're hoping that the pastor's going to lead them out of this captivity.
Lucky, sir.
Come on.
Are they hoping that the Most High don't see their sin?
No.
So lucky.
Come on.
Them are hope say lies them with the past that they are true.
So what they're hoping in? Like bring it to today. Bring it to today.
So like I said, they hoping in our oppressor.
Yeah, they're hoping, and that's it. They're hoping in our oppressor. They're hoping that what America is going to do what? It's not going to be destroyed. You understand? Like, brother, if you wake up one morning and there's no electricity, no water in your pipes in America here, what you think gonna happen?
It's gonna be chaos, sir.
It's gonna be chaos. I can't even describe how it's gonna be. I can't even describe it. You can imagine America get a taste of what's going on in Gaza. You understand? With a taste of full out terrorism. Like you go to a mall, you hear about it being attacked by terrorists. One day, the next day, you hear the same thing. And that goes on for months. You know you know the mindset they're gonna put a oppressor in. Black people not ready for that as yet. We're not ready. You understand? Because we hope in these pastors, and these pastors hoping in who? In America, the oppressor. You understand? Read that part over one more time, Kodam.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 13, verse 7, like verse 6. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word.
Right? That they would what? Confirm the word. That what? That everything gonna be okay. Don't worry. Don't worry, Kodam. We're gonna be just fine. If we pray and we hold hands, we pray, we sing songs unto Jesus, we're gonna be just fine. Brother K1, pass the collection around. We're gonna be just fine. You understand? And that's it with them. And we keep on what? We've been hoping for how long? For over 400 years. That what these black leaders been telling us is going to come to fruition. What did Martin Luther King tell us?
So like I said,
about his little dream.
That one day what?
We was going to overcome little black girls and little black boys going to be holding hands and drinking Hennessy.
And black people still marching to this day for that and hoping for that. You understand?
It's
black people,
No, it's like, sir, if I could, it's crazy because like in following like Christianity and like you said, like with Martin Luther King, it's like that dream and that doctrine forces us to love America and trust in the oppressor. So it just made me think about like Lamentations 4:17, speaking about, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. Because when them bombs do start dropping, we're gonna be looking to America for help. And that's when all their doors going to shut, and they're going to be worried about their people and take care of their people, not giving a damn about the slaves. And that's when it's going to hit the fan, and we're going to realize, what the hell is going on around us. It's going to be too late.
You think what's going on in Gaza bad? Wait till it come to America. Wait till it come here. You understand? They're looking at the how are they looking at the Israelis right now?
So, like I said, bring it on. That is nothing.
Say that one time.
I mean, they know that they're the enemy, right? But they're not looking at it like they know that they're not friends.
Correct. But how are they looking at the Israelis right now? Online. In the media.
So Salakia, sir, as the villains.
As what?
As the villains.
Some.
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
Well, the American media is looking at the Israelis like the victim.
Yeah. Right? Very few stations looking at them as painting them as villains. Going over the edge. And okay. What is one of the major things they said to try and get people in the public to go with them in the beginning? Come on.
They was talking about the slaughter and the murder of the children and the old people.
Yeah, but they was trying to equate it
to 9/11.
9/11. Right? What happened in 9/11?
The Arabs allegedly attacked America 3 times.
Very good. Right? And they kill Americans on American what? Soil.
Oil.
Right? Now, who was the president at that time?
George W. Bush.
George W. Bush. He wasn't the smartest of them, right? Right? No. Who remember his speech to the UN?
I vaguely remember it, sir.
I vaguely too. I just remember a line. One line. A gunman line. Come on.
If you're not with us, you're against us.
Yeah. What was the reason he went into Iraq?
To establish, to get the oil and to establish more military might in the region.
No, okay.
He said he was looking for WMD.
Yes, on paper. And this is what we're gonna have to get away from, right? We're gonna have to get away from I don't want to say hearsay, right? For lack of better terms, right? You know what? When I say hearsay, right?
Salakia, sir.
Uh-huh.
You mean like conspiracy theories? Like
yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. To what? Conspiracy. Right?
Come on.
Because if you had to, like 150 years from now, when you're doing your research on the war in Iraq, what would it say? Would it say he went in Iraq for oil?
Sir.
What would it say?
It's going to say he suspected the region of having weapons of mass destruction.
Yes, that's the purpose. He went in there.
Salaki, sir.
Come on.
If I could, on that, with that being said, how it's okay. So it's kind of like, I know it's not like a gray area, but it's more like, okay, how do we navigate that? If I could, sir, like, you know what I'm saying, as being one West, as Israelites, a lot of things that's mainstream history we say is BS.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, like, we like, there's no, not gonna say there's no book, but most of you, I never went to college and they gave me a book that said King James was a black man. You know, I didn't when I went to college, they didn't give me a book, you know what I'm saying, that said some of the things that we know to be true. Or the black ages that we ruled to be during the dark ages. You know? You got to really
so for example, right? For example, right? Can you prove that King James is black? Okay. Can you prove he went in there for oil?
I don't know, so I never invest. I personally can't. So I don't know. So I would say no. I cannot do that.
On the flip side of that, we can prove that they never found no weapons of mass destruction.
That's what I was going with it. So
yeah, so not that is what you could prove. So which means he went in there for something else.
Right.
You understand? Now you could start throwing in. It could be oil, it could be money, it could be whatever resources. You understand?
So good, sir.
Come on.
So basically, you're just saying, you know, you don't want to say it with certainty, like, oh, he was going in there for oil.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because then somebody can, you know, call you out, like, well, where you getting that from? But what you can do is, like you said,
what they would say is, well, show me the paperwork where America stole oil from Iraq.
Right.
Show me the document.
You
you can't bring that document up, brother. You just caught an L. But you could bring documents up showing that that King James was a black man. You understand? You can't do it.
Sir.
All right.
Sir.
All right. No, he went in there for the weapons of mass destruction, WMD, as Nazi Zagaba said. All right. What are they saying? What? Okay. So that they made that reference. Israel made that reference to this is their 9/11. So in other words, this is their reason for doing what? Going into Gaza and doing what? And doing what?
I guess they would say defending themselves.
Yeah, but yes, and killing. They say they're killing Hamas. They're trying to sow up the ground for Hamas, but they're killing people, civilians, children, women, everything. Right? You're with me, right? Look this up for me. Look and see how much Iraqis died because of that war.
So, like, sir, I think it was 3 million, over 3 million.
Over 3 million. Let's look it up. Let's see what they have on the internet.
Let's see here. It says, okay. I don't know if this is Wikipedia. Let me try to go somewhere else.
All right. Somebody look up for me also too where how much abortion black people have in a year. What's the murder rate for black people? How much murders we do in a year? All right. And let's see who have it bad. Let's see who have it real bad.
So you want? Let's see what's this according to. This is pps.org. Is how many Iraqis died? Independent analysis generally agree the Iraq death toll was well below initial post-war estimates. Immediate aftermath of the war, these estimates range as high as 100,000 Iraq troops killed and 300,000 wounded, according to a Gulf War air power survey by Thomas A.
You understand? And they say it's well below, right? It's the same thing they try to do with us in slavery, right?
Right, they just grease the numbers, right?
Yeah, I mean, like try to say, and they're trying to not look like what?
Villain.
Yeah.
So, like, sir,
come on.
That was just the military. They didn't count the civilians in that.
Right. This says Iraqi troops. So right, they don't count all the innocent babies and civilians and all that.
All right. So who knows? As Zion say, it could be 3 million, 5 million.
So, like, sir, I have my numbers wrong. The 3 million was the Afghani. So, like, you, sir.
Oh, I forget about Afghanistan too. The war spillover in Afghanistan, right? So they've been killing millions of people. And what America use
Weapons of mass destruction.
No. Meaning there's two types of war.
Propaganda.
Right? And propaganda comes from one.
Oh, that's psychological warfare.
Media.
Yes, media or the informative, or I forget the
Information war.
Yeah, information war.
Correct.
Right. Then you have the physical war. You understand? You can't have a physical war, not the information lacking, because then you're gonna look like what? A true monster. Remember, America was able to what? Drop 2 atomic bombs, nuclear bombs on Japan, and not face any type of war crime. You know, is that?
From civilian population.
And not face no type of wartime. You understand? That's because they won the information war. You understand? And that's what the Israelis are trying to do. But they're doing a horrible job at it.
It's like N.W.O.
Come on.
I had that number of the Iraqi civilians that was killed. This is from NBCnews.com. Approximately 200,000, the number of Iraqi civilians killed in the war.
Yeah, that is way more than that. I you know what I mean? But we'll take that for now. They still kill a ton of people. Israelite, what, 5,000 and what, 12,000 wounded? Right? Now, give me this. Give me Romans 12 and 19. Right? I think there's something I want to declare.
Check. This is the book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, said the Lord.
What is this talking about?
Like it, sir. It's just like what the I.S.U.P.K teaches. Like, you know, we cannot attack our enemies or do anything. We have to rely and wait on the Lord to do what he needs to do against the enemy.
Yes, that's definitely how we do it. You know what I mean? Use it. Right? But what is Paul saying here to your brothers in Rome? What is Paul saying to these brothers in Rome? I just basically give you half of it. Come on.
So like it. Don't take vengeance against your brother. Like, show patience.
Don't. Did it say patience?
Sir.
What did it say?
Avenge not yourselves.
Good. Very good. You get in there, Yanza. So the first thing, don't avenge yourself. Right? But what?
But rather give place unto wrath.
But rather give place unto wrath. What wrath is that?
Well,
World War III.
No, okay, no. Yaneza on it. No, you're going away from it. So Yaneza said what? It's between what? This is between what? Brothers.
So it'd be like where it says, be angry and sin not.
Say one time.
It says like what it's like the scripture says, be angry and sin not.
Not okay. We could tighten with it. Not really. All right, come on.
So like it, sir. So if a brother does something to you, even if it's wrath, with the scriptures, what Paul is saying, don't retaliate. Because
you want it. That's the same thing I believe Yanaza was saying.
Yes. Because the Most High will vengeance. He will exact vengeance.
How will the Most High exact vengeance? Okay, think about it this way, right? I'm using these two heathen nations, right? Right? These two heathen nations fighting each other. Why are they fighting each other? Because what? Because Hamas, right, did what?
Attack Israel.
Right? Attack Israel, right? Rape the woman, kill the babies, kill the men, right?
Khan.
And now Israel at it with them. Right? So they're fighting against each other. Right?
Khan one concept.
No, don't want to give you it. On a big scale, who's fighting? On a big scale. And I'm talking about looking at Israel and Hamas on a bigger scale. Who's fighting?
I guess
Salakis.
yeah.
The West and the Arab world.
Yanazar, you're on it. You're partly on it. Come on.
So like two heathens fighting?
Russia and America.
No. You're going away from it now.
Okay.
You're going away from it now, Yanazar. You have what? His God. Who is the Jewish man God?
Satan.
Let's say Sasha Boje. Christianity. Right? Judaism is Christianity. Just by a different name. Right? They just do things different, celebrate different things. But it's Christian. Right? Do they celebrate Christmas?
Some of them do, yeah.
You understand? Right? Now you have what? Oh, if you want to say Judaism and what? Islam going at it. Right? They're what? Whoever win, what will happen?
They control the Middle East, basically.
Yes, but who controls the Middle East?
The West, America.
No. Okay, if Hamas beat Israel, right?
Islam.
Yes. Islam. If Jewish man beat Hamas, guess what? They're gonna have to be what? Become what?
Christians.
Or so-called believing that what be converted into what? Judaism for them to what? To live. You understand? Right? No. So who killed them people? Who gave the right to kill them people?
Salaki, so are you talking about Hamas?
Yeah, meaning who gave Hamas the right to murder them people and kill?
It's Salaki, sir. Oh, go ahead, man. Go ahead, brother.
Come on.
Salakia, sir. Is it Allah?
My man. Yeah. They're God. And now, who? Okay. Come on.
The white man, he takes, he put him, he draft him in the military. But that's going to be the last war, the holy war, Muslim war.
Somebody saying something there. Who's that?
Okay, so that's a guest that we have, Brother Avino.
That's Brother
Okay.
Johnson.
Yes, he's right when they say the holy war. Give me 1 minute, right? Give me 1 minute.
Salaki Akma, I just want to mention that guess what? We will be having the Lord's 55th annual Passover in Durham, North Carolina. Just want to keep reiterating. Go ahead and reserve your rooms and make sure everything is ready to go. All right.
All right, I'm back. Salah, keep on there. Come on. All right. So, but who carried the orders out?
So like I said, the troopers.
Okay.
Man, don't.
Think more so. Think militant.
When Obama said, he said when the troops went on, they said the rest of the military branches can't handle it. Send in the Navy SEALs. They went and killed that dude. Killed him right in front of his wife.
Oh, you talking about Osama bin Laden, right? Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, exactly. All right. Now, go back to the scripture now, right? Go back to Romans.
The Romans?
Romans 12 and 19. Who was reading for me?
What kind? I was reading, sir.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Read it.
So I have the scripture, sir.
Come on, go ahead.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath.
Right.
For it is written, vengeance is mine, I will repay, saith the Lord.
Right. So now remember, this is just think brotherhood. All right? Just think that. All right? So what is Paul saying? Paul is telling these brothers they can't do what? They can't get vengeance. Even though what somebody did you wrong, you can't now go and take vengeance. Meaning this. You have a daughter. Your daughter comes home and say a man raped her. Right? You can't just do what? Fly off the hinges and do what? Go kill that man. Or go harm that man. Right? What should you do?
So like it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the authorities.
All right. Meaning what? You go to who? You go to who?
The priest.
Yes. Right? And what does the priest do?
They hold a trial or a council.
Yes. And then if the person is found to be guilty, what happened?
Well, during that time, the priest had the authority to carry out the punishment.
Right. So what happened? You will either be what? Stoned to death or whatever punishments as equate to that crime that you commit. Right? You're with me? So who did it?
The Romans killed Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And our Father's in the heaven. And that's God. God. That's our God. My Father's in the heavens. My Father's in the heavens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Akim, you're there too, right? Who carried the punishment out?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Priest, sir.
Yes.
The servant of that God, sir.
Yes. You understand? Which means what? When the Lord say vengeance is mine, Is the Lord coming down here and putting you to death? Or is the priest doing it?
The priest is doing it.
In the name of who?
Most High.
The Most High.
You understand? Right? What they are doing across there, they're doing it in the name of their what? Their God. Their God allows it. Yeah, they're at war. You understand? We're gonna have to do what? We're gonna have to deal with each other just like this. Brother offend you, what should you do? Go to he and they alone. Right?
That's right.
If you all agree, then you gain your brother. If you all don't agree, you go to council. And the Lord will decide who is what? Right and wrong in that council. You understand?
Come.
All right?
I was taught by a Rastafari fruit that was a Muslim at the age. That's why I know so much. Because all the prophets was black in the Bible. All the prophets was black.
Yeah. Because
they be talking us, them white would be talking about the dinosaur. There wasn't no dinosaur. If it was, it'd be in the Bible.
Right. You're right. All right. Anybody have any questions? If not, let's go into some history. What's the time? 8:56.
8:56.
Not history, but I don't know if I don't think I sent you this tab one. But look up this to me, right? It's called Israel Hamas. Hold on. Tab one. Give me 1 minute. Tell you what to type in. Israel calls on UN chief to resign.
So like you can't even pull it up on the screen.
Yeah, meaning no, not the video, but the
article.
Yeah, the article. I mean,
okay.
Spend a few minutes on this, and you know what I mean.
Okay, come on. You want to send it to
I could put it in the what you call it again in the chat area there.
Con.
Yeah. All right. So you all know, keep your ears and eyes close to that TV screen, to the radio. You understand? This place is not going to be the same. The type of killing that took place, that's taking place right now, ain't nothing going back to being the same. Come on.
But you got the article?
Yeah, I just sent it to tab one.
I got it, sir.
Go ahead.
It says Israel's ambassador to the United Nations called on Secretary General Antonio Guterres to resign Tuesday after he gave a speech calling for a ceasefire in the war between Israel and Hamas in Gaza.
Right, for a ceasefire. Why do they want a ceasefire? For what? Humanitarian needs to what? To enter in, so that these people could take care of their loved ones. Yeah. You understand? Some horrible pictures coming out. All right? And how should we react to those pictures on the internet that we see coming out?
Well, Salaki, sir. Because we're in the I.S.U.P.K, we are really indifferent. Like, I don't give a damn.
Right, meaning what? So if you don't give a damn, what would you do?
I ain't gonna do nothing.
Right. So if you see a picture of some dead babies from Gaza, what would you do?
Oh, I mean, I've seen it already, and I mean, like, it's like, oh well. I mean, it's too bad, you know. Like that's how I feel, sir.
Yeah. It ain't like, you know what I mean. But at the end of the day, just remember, when you're online, you're representing the school. You understand? and you put a picture up like that and say something that is, you know what I mean, that is basically hurtful. You understand? That could seem insensitive. You could make us look bad. You understand what I'm saying? All right. You put some dead babies up, you better come with a scripture or something behind it. You understand?
Most High Christ, sir.
All right.
So like,
You come on.
So like, would our stance be like, you know, more or less, we don't want any dead babies to die. We want the children of Israel to be in proper rulership, so these type of things don't have to happen.
Yes. That is a more, you know what I mean, a professional way to go about it. You understand? Like you don't want to make it look as if you are like you kicking a dog while it's down. If you understand what I'm saying.
Come
on.
If I could just piggybacking on what Overseer I.S.U.P.K just said, you know what I'm saying, that's heavy. And you know, I guess it's not really a question. I guess it kind of is a question, but is that how we approach everything? You know what I mean? Because you know, some brothers, you know, I'm not saying I'm seasoned or nothing, but you know, a lot of brothers come in and you know, because this is their first time hearing things like, okay, the oppressor's the devil, and we only care about blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. You know, it's almost like they'll see something like that and they'll go maybe on, you know, on social media or something and be like, hey, you know, it is what it is, or you know, most high in Christ, or something like that with a, you know, with some tragedy that has nothing to do with our people. Would that be is that spirit? Is that Tawab spirit to have, or are they just kind of
the person that's young? That's just a young. That's a young. You know what I mean? I always try to mimic the men above me.
Concert.
You understand?
If I could, sir.
Come on.
One last thing, I'm asking this. With that being said, is that kind of, you know, is it like this? Like, because we know how the oppressor is. All these other nations, they look at our dead babies and they laugh. They look at our dead babies and, you know, and it's a joke to them, or it's I don't really care. But what is it, you know, to Wab to be like, listen, like Overseer I.S.U.P.K said, we don't want no babies of any race to die because we're not monsters like you. We're not animals like you. We have compassion. So we don't like seeing these kind of things, but it is what it is, you know, as far as the plans the Lord has for you know, World War III and such.
Yes. Or you could say, you know what I mean, the world never cried for our babies. But the world crying for these babies. So I see who the world loves and who the world hates.
Right.
You understand?
Pull a precept for you.
Go ahead.
It's like this book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
Perfect. Go ahead.
But the wicked bear the rule, the people mourn.
That's it. Perfect. Perfect. You put that underneath there, they're gonna know who you're talking about. You understand? Right? You're not standing with any of them, but you're letting it be known that whoever running the earth right now, they're not fit to run it.
That's right. That's right.
You understand? They're wicked, they're evil, and the God they serve is a murderous bastard.
That's
you understand? Who doesn't have value for nobody else life but their own. You understand? I mean to say the Most High, he kills. You understand? But at the end of the day, what they're doing, you know what I mean? Of course, you could say they're at war. And that's what happens in war. People get killed in war. You understand? Civilians, baby, everything. The dog, sheep, cat, everything getting killed in war. You understand? But at the end of the day, these people that run in the earth right now, they're the wicked. And they don't have the right to judge anybody on earth right now. You understand? When they've been the wicked on the face of the earth, it's almost like who's going to police the police? Who's going to police, you know what I mean? Who's going to you know what I mean, take judgment on the thief. You understand? They've been robbing, stealing all over the earth. But lo and behold, somehow they're the victims. I don't know. But read this article for me. Let me let you all out. Tap on the article.
Slucky, so I got obviously a good point. If he's on the computer, did you send it to the in the private chat?
It's in the private chat. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so he's gonna pull it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a different article than what Jan always reading, right, sir?
Yeah, that's okay. Just get this one. This one has, you mean, what it says in the beginning there. The gist of it.
You want me to actually put it on the screen, or you want me to just read it?
You can just read it just for time's sake.
Sir. Just say agree. Israel, this is from Politico. It says Israel slams UN chief for saying Hamas attack did not happen in a vacuum. Calls for his resignation.
What is he saying?
So the UN chief, okay, so the term in a vacuum essentially is like saying for no reason, or or it didn't happen devoid of context. There's extenuating circumstances around what took place.
Yes.
So Israel is mad at the UN chief because he made a statement saying that Hamas did not attack Israel in a vacuum or for nothing.
Brother, if you're not saying anything, if you're not reciting what Israel is saying,
right,
you basically anti-Semitic.
Sir.
They don't want their crimes or their shame to be out in the open.
Right.
They want to be allowed to kill like America kill. That's why Barack Obama was saying what? He didn't want Israel to make the same mistake they make. You understand?
Okay.
But they're going down a part act. They're going down a part headstrong. You understand? Who knows? I know Yaniza, this is me being a bringing my Negro conspiracy into it. I don't know it's because of the Brinks that America this is America, we are fighting the Brinks to try and stop that from going all the way into motion, to bring the whole world into what? Into a war. You understand? I don't know. It could be because the Brinks getting stronger and stronger while America dollar gets what? Starts getting what? Weaker and weaker. And how you know the dollar getting weaker and weaker?
Price increase. Salaki, sir.
Go ahead.
Prices increase.
Yes. Your mortgage rate going up. You know what's the mortgage rate right now? What's the mortgage rate right now? Mortgage rate is close to 7%, if not more. Meaning it's close to double. You understand? What about you go buy a car? What's the rate right now? That almost what? Triple. You understand? Which means what? There's an inflation, and you heading for what? What they heading for?
War, sir.
A war, but before the war comes something. What they heading for? Let me see if somebody give me it in the chat.
Economic. What's the word I use again? Recession.
Yes, recession. A recession. You understand? They're heading for a recession. You understand? And who knows if this day we are trying to fight it? But all I know, this earth is in a what? Uproar. It's in turmoil. They said they said in Berlin, the police had to get physical with the crowd to break it up.
Good night.
You understand? Like go ahead.
It's like, sir. I had no, sir. It's like, sir.
Hey, it's like, sir.
Come on.
I don't think I had said this to you, but about 2 weeks ago, I came across an article. I think it was one of my daughters showed me that Israel used to fund Hamas. As a matter of fact, they were
Yes.
the ones who started Hamas.
Yes, they were the ones. Yes.
Right. So I posted the article to my news feed on Facebook. It didn't show. I saw another article about Hamas that about Israel that they had deported couple thousand Palestinian workers who used to go over who works in Israel. They kicked them out.
Yeah.
And I think they're at the Rafah border as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that show. And by the same day in the evening, I got a notification that someone all the way in California was trying to sign into my account.
Wow. Yeah.
Right. Just like you said, they are policing everything.
Yeah. Right now is the information war. They're trying to stop everything that's negative that's coming out on them right now, so
Right.
that they have justification. The reason why they didn't go into the ground, they didn't do the ground wars yet, is because they haven't gotten the public what do you call that?
Support.
Yeah, the public support. Once they get the public support act, I don't know how much longer they'll wait. But that public support means a whole lot. Because what is the UN personnel telling them right now?
They are to be blamed as well.
Yeah, they're to be blamed. But long run, they're calling them what? They're the real monsters. That's basically what he's saying. You understand?
Right.
They are the real monsters. They are the cause for all of this. You've been up. He told them that they've been. Let me see. Go ahead. Tab on. Read on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
Israel, the Palestinian Authority, and the UN Secretary General addressed the 15-member UN Security Council Tuesday. Israel's ambassador to the United Nations is calling for the resignation of UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres after he said the Hamas attack on October 7th, in which 1,400 people were killed, did not happen in a vacuum. This is a quote. The Palestinian people have been subjected to 56 years of suffocation occupation, Guterres said. According to Israeli outlet Haaretz, to the 15-member UN Security Council Tuesday, after the Hamas-led Ministry of Health in Gaza reported that 700 Palestinians were killed in 24 hours of Israeli airstrikes, the highest daily death toll since the bombardment began. Shall I continue, sir?
No, that's enough. I think we get it just said.
Con on the one con.
You understand? Like you need a bigger monster to deal with a small monster.
Con, sir.
All monsters. Come on.
If I could, so what you bringing out here is so heavy, and I just hope people tuning in, they don't go over their heads, because this conflict, while people are getting they caramel macchiatos at Starbucks, and they going to Panera Bread and and getting they French baguettes. This conflict is absolutely probably the most polarizing thing that's happened here in maybe since 9/11 or even before, who knows. But I've been hearing that like the whole political realm is just like topsy-turvy. Like we know that in America's system you got the left and the right and the far left and the far right, and I'm hearing that right now you got people on the far left, these liberals who are supporting Palestine. And at the same time, because the far right now is like mad at America because they love Trump so much, some of them are supporting Palestine. So two sides you would never expect to even agree. They're like kind of in agreement against their own country. And we know the scripture, I'm paraphrasing, that says that a house divided against itself cannot stand.
That's right.
America is imploding. Salakia, sir.
That's right. Right before your eyes. You understand? And that's why, you know what I mean, we could sit on here and try to come up with reasons why they're doing it.
Right.
Right? What we have to understand is the Lord is doing all of this.
That's
You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Go ahead.
Salakia, sir. I got a this Arab girl in my class, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she was long story short, she was upset or whatever, saying that her people was being oppressed and the media portraying it as if they the bad people, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that they was only doing what they was doing because they was being oppressed. And so I had told her, I was like, well, your people are feeling now what black people have been feeling for over 400 years. And she looked at me like, God damn, like that's how that shit feel, like Salakia for my language. And I was like, that's the Most High doing that now. Because we've been oppressed for over 400 years and nobody felt anything. Everybody made it seem like we was bad. I said, now the tables are starting to turn.
Brother, they ain't start to lose people like we've been losing people. We've been losing babies by what, 400,000 a year. You understand? Ain't nobody crying for them babies. Ain't nobody crying for them black men that getting murdered by them cops. Ain't nobody come out and say not George Bush, Ronald Reagan should have been jailed, put in jail for putting drugs into the black community. Nobody. And I'm gonna feel sorry for the Palestinians, for Hamas, for Israel. I don't have time for that. I do not. They could fight, whatever, dance, sing, shout, I don't care. You know what I mean? Entertain me. That's all I'll say. Entertain me when I turn that news on. All right? So they're going at it, Akim. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, as I said, the Lord is doing all of this. And that's what black people, Hispanics, and Native Indians have to understand. The Lord is doing all of this. Christ mentioned it in the New Testament when he said what? That we could discern when it's going to rain. We could discern when, you know what I mean, it's windy, when the sun coming up and going down. But we can't discern what's the time we in right now. We can't do that. We can't see the time we in right now. Deserve your undivided attention to your brothers and sisters. Deserve your undivided attention to what the Lord wants you to do in this time. Then guess what? You cry for Gaza. You don't need to cry for Gaza. You won't need to. Because soon not going to be you. You understand? You're going to have to start preparing right now, Akim. What? We're going to have to start preparing right now by doing what the Lord said to do. You understand? I don't think I will go any more into the article. But any question before I let you all out? If not, I'll pass the class over to Priest and Officer Bankayal.
Come on.
All right.
Men of Israel, Amajim. We're going to render one courteous salute to Captain I.S.U.P.K. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Brakatham.
Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Brakatham.
Yada Matah, Sar. Turn and face the sisters, Amajim. Men of Israel, we're going to render one courteous salute to our sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim. Barak. Yahweh
Bashim Yahshua.
Yada Matah. Your shot means to be seated. I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Root for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission
from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. The book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew. It's pronounced ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. The upcoming holy convocations. We have Hanukkah, December the 7th, which is a Thursday, according to 1 Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. The 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, class dismissed.